Yes. La 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 la.
No, no, no,
La 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 la. La 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 la. Good evening, or should I say bad evening, considering the stuff that's been happening. My Twitter timeline is blowing up like a freaking nuclear bomb about what's been happening with VShojo.
I was put into a call with Gun, the CEO of the company, like someone that I admired and I looked up to and I wanted to please, someone that I thought was the coolest person ever. And he told me that I was a damage to the brand, that I was a disappointment. I was told that me being harassed was an inconvenience to the other talents and not to talk to them. Optics were more important than their own talent's well-being. And I was suspended from streaming. They said it wasn't a suspension because they weren't that kind of agency, but what else do you call being told not to stream? Talent freedom, right?
With how much I've been paying attention back then, especially when certain controversies started happening around VShojo, I knew something like this was going to happen eventually. I'm like, come on, when is the company's ugly secrets going to be exposed? When? It's only a matter of time until something happens with one of the talents, and then boom, bada bam bam bam. It's going to cause a spiral downward. We're continuing Minecraft while discussing the whole entire VShojo phenomenon. You know what? I think I might use this for when I upload on my second channel within the next few days. We can discuss about the whole VShojo phenomenon right here. Those agencies, always fishy. Truthfully told, come on. I think we're well aware of how companies really are. It's only a matter of whether or not their dirty secrets get exposed to the public or not. And for Iron Mouse's case, it's due to her charity money being withheld. We're talking about $500,000 worth of money. I'm still looking into this. I don't know too many details, so this is perfect for you guys to start informing me on what's what so we can talk about it. From what I'm understanding so far, because I only started looking into this very recently. She did a donation stream, Immune Deficiency Foundation, and the money got withheld. That's basically what I'm looking at. Why did the money got withheld in the first place? Why? Why did it got withheld? That's a lot of money. That is not pocket change by any means. She's the one who's basically earning the money in the first place. So what's the problem? Even Shy Lily commented, saying, good thing I trusted my gut feeling when VShojo tried to recruit me. Of course. I had my gut feeling that VShojo tried to recruit Shy Lily at some point. A lot of people are acting so surprised. I'm like, oh, come on. Come on now. If you've been in the VTuber space long enough, you'll realize VShojo doesn't operate like your typical VTuber company. Regardless of what anybody says, they don't. At least in my opinion, they seem to be more of a clique rather than your standard VTuber company, considering everything, considering their history. They're more of a clique than your standard VTuber company where they're just looking for talent or brand new talent. More like people who can bring in the cha-ching, the money. She's saying, good thing I trusted my gut feeling when VShojo tried to recruit me. Their contract was riddles and red flags and basically illegal robbery. This makes me sick to my stomach. Please, if you can, support Iron Mouse and the IDF. Well, that happened. I could still remember when I tried auditioning for VShojo. I was so freaking gullible back then. I was still brand new to the VTuber space and whatnot, so of course it goes without saying. I thought to myself, oh, it would be a dream being a part of a VTuber company so they could help me achieve my dreams and whatnot. But oh boy, was I so freaking naive back then. I didn't know how the industry worked back then, especially when it comes to certain companies like VShojo. That doesn't operate like your standard VTuber company anyway. Numbers matter by the end of the day, no matter what people say. That's the cold hard truth. Money is number one and numbers matter. It doesn't matter if you're a natural born talent. They're not looking for that natural born talent or whatever. They're not looking to help VTubers grow. They just want the money. People who already have it. Bring in the money! That's all they care about. Money, 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 money! Pop in Mr. Krabs' face. Now, speaking of which, you know, I feel like since I am talking about this stuff, I feel like I just want to make something pretty funny to remember this so-called glorious day of VShojo's downfall. I feel like I want to build something in Minecraft to remember that day. Something in my ice cream kingdom to remember that day. I wonder if I should make it in the backyard. How about I write VShojo in blocks? Pink blocks, some black blocks, you know, just right there over the horizon so we can look at it saying VShojo. I wonder if I should put that. I feel very tempted. For some people it's horrible, for some people it's glorious. I only say horrible because this year is definitely not the year for VTubers. I didn't care about VShojo. Really, I don't. I stopped caring for it ever since the whole Nux Taku incident. And the whole audition thing with VShojo and the fraudulent that could have easily happened to me. I stopped caring for it a long time ago. So, I only say terrible because a lot of stuff has been happening in the VTuber space from left to right. So I want to say I'm going to make this to remember this horrible day. The VShojo finally fell on its last leg because of company greeniness. Remember, by the end of the day, a company's goal, it's understandable, but you have to understand, it's money. Money, 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 money. It doesn't matter if you're the one earning it too. Because you're in contract, you have to give them a large portion of your earnings. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. Ooh, I can make myself a cherry door. Cherry door? I don't think the VTuber space can go a day without major drama happening. It's always plastered all over Twitter, but sometimes it gets big, like this one. If you have Moist Critical talking about it, then you know it's bad. Like I said, I stopped paying and caring about VShojo a long time ago, ever since the whole thing that happened with Nux Taku, and basically they threw him under the bus. I'm like, no way, no way. I know the whole entire thing that happened in the background. I know all the details. I know. I've seen the receipts. I've seen the proof. I know all of my information. No way. Nuh-uh. This does not seem right with me. Not at all. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, nope. I am no longer going to be a fan of VShojo anymore. Now, to those backers! What does that say? I saw something in the chat dialogue. It's better to live for yourself and not work for a company that drags you down. But the thing is, like I said, I've been VTubing for a while, and you guys hear me talk about how tired I am today. What's nice about being part of a VTuber company? Okay, so it's one thing if you're just doing it as a hobby. Oh, thank you! But if you really want to get somewhere with it, you definitely need to have some help in the background. That's why people have VTuber managers, or managers in general. So you have people helping you build up your social media and following and telling you what you need to do, or they're at least assisting on what you want to do for content, so on and so forth. And VTuber companies like VShojo offer you the resources. When you're an indie, depending if you have the money or not, if you don't, you're going to have to do everything yourself. Like me, for example. Like, for my second YouTube channel, you think it was easy getting to where I was in just a year? At least it's almost monetized, but all of that work for a single year to get at least over 1,000 subscribers and close to 4,000 watch hours. I had to do all of that by myself with no help. While I'm managing my work life, when I want to just stream or make VTuber clips like my out of context compilations and whatnot. When I want to just do my own thing, when I want to draw art for you guys, fan art, show it off. You know what I mean? It's a lot. At least when you're contracted or you're part of a VTuber company, you have resources to help self-promote, do some video editing. So when you're done with the recording, you don't at least have to do all the video editing yourself. You have a VTuber company to back you up because they will provide the resources. They will provide the resources. Or you can pay for your own video editor. If you have the money. Most of the time, video editors demand at least $50 per hour. And that's a lot of money. Well, am I reading this right? And now we're getting info. This is coming from Mujin. Mujin! And now we're getting info that VShojo had a weirdo employee who actively doxed talents' faces to others and bragged about his quote-unquote new income. Really now, when it rains it pours. You can bet that it'll only get worse from here. What? his new income. Really? The mofo? The mofo wanted to meet up for tax advice. Because I'm a native in Japan and I hire an accountant, I was asked to have dinner in his area, which was quite far from me splitting the bill. That day I got convinced I didn't like the guy. Yet because I love the talents he worked with, I was only secretly hoping he would lose his job one day. Damn! He must have been really obnoxious. Recently I heard from another creator that he was showing photos of VTubers' real selves? What? Do you know what you call that? Okay. Okay. For those who do know, when I'm not serving ice cream and VTubing by day, I do work for the medical field. So what this person is doing, it's almost similar to like a HIPAA violation. You know what's a HIPAA violation? It's like when you're violating a patient's privacy. It's sort of like you're sharing their medical records, so to speak. Like you're supposed to keep quiet about that. You're never supposed to talk about it or anything like that while you're at work or with other people unless you have their full consent. That's like a HIPAA violation. You could get in serious legal trouble for that, or you can lose your job. That's what it's reminding me of. It's like a HIPAA violation. You can lose your license. What the heck? I'm pretty sure it's something similar if you're working for a VTuber company. You're not supposed to be showing the faces of the talents. That's like a HIPAA violation. You're supposed to keep quiet about that. You're not supposed to show it to anybody. Like, I'm not supposed to just grab their medical portfolio that the doctor will use and see when the patient comes in and start saying, oh my goodness, this person has this or they have that. I'll lose my job. Worse, I'll lose my licensing. But that person is a dumb butt. What the heck? You're supposed to respect the patient's privacy. For this case, you're supposed to respect the employee's privacy. Where a VTuber's face is not supposed to be known. It's sort of like, remember how before Garagura was days away from graduating from Hololive, and then we have like the buttholes trying to claim they know the face of Garagura by posting pictures of her, claiming this is Garagura in real life, this is her face, whatnot. And then Hololive decided to speak up saying, if people don't stop doing this, like they're harassing their talents, yeah, Garagura might be graduating, but she's still technically a part of their company. They were about to take legal action with that. Like, they were making it clear. Crystal clear for everybody. If you don't stop trying to dox Gura and claiming this picture is her, they were about to take legal action. And I think it's safe to say, when a multi-billion-dollar company is threatening legal action, you should definitely take it seriously. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. So, shouldn't the same happen to this person who was showing the talents as faces? Isn't that how it's supposed to work? Like I've said, come on, I think we all know by now, it doesn't matter what company it is. It's just a matter of whether or not their ugly secrets are going to come into light or not. But sometimes it could be worse than others. There's no such thing as a clean slate of a company. For them to get as big as they did, they have to get their hands dirty. It goes without saying, no company is as big as they are without getting their hands dirty. I do have some people in my family who have majored in business. They're like Miella. There is no company in this world that is not as big as they are without getting their hands dirty. One way or another, they got their hands dirty. So, I guess you could say this is one of them. For one reason or another, that charity money was withheld. I don't know why it was withheld, but that probably correlates to that reason. Whatever reason, they had to get their hands dirty, and they kept that money withheld. It's for dirty reasons. It was only a matter of time until the company hits another big-time loofers by doing something else horrible to somebody else. Like I said, I've seen the receipts. I've done a whole video on it on my second channel. I know what's what. I know what's what. The way they handle things to their own friend, that's a nightmare in a nutshell for anybody. Like, if that had happened to me, I would have serious trust issues from here on out. Like, if something like that ever happened to me, I would have serious trust issues from on a... It's horrible. That stuff is just horrible. But, yeah. Now I can start getting to the main cheese. Oh, VShojo. I knew this day was bound to come. Place. Place. Perfect. We're already half towards the end of the year. And color me surprised, a VShojo drama is what happens towards almost half the end of the year. We're in the middle of July. We're almost there again. Can you imagine what's going to happen next year? I don't even want to think about it. Oh, fudge cakes! In front of the CEO. She quit right in front of the CEO. Oh, there's a screenshot of it too. The amount handled by JP was much lower than by Ian. Did you say VShojo JP itself was doing good? Kisan, yes. Makino, you haven't paid me. That's what it says on the main company's finance book. Huh? Wait, so you know the JP talents were not being paid yet? Yes. That's not quote-unquote doing good then. For context, JP does not handle the finances on their own. Makino, we were doing good comparing the money coming in to the money going out. Kisan, I quit VShojo today. Hi. Kisan, I was planning on doing it on the 31st, but I'm doing it today. Kisan, I quit. This is very wrong. Kino, I understand. You're telling me you could have paid me? Yes. Then where is the money? I want it now. Dot. Did you just die? As far as I know, what dirty secrets? How is the company dirtying their hands to the point where they can't even afford paying their own talent? What's the reason? Like I said, the company will always be willing to get their hands dirty for one reason or another. To either get to where they're at, like VShojo for example, or to maintain it. So what's the reason? What's VShojo's reason? Of course they can't tell it because company secrets. Hush, hush, hush. We can't tell the public or our name will be slandered in the public eye. VShojo. 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 What do you guys think? What do you think of the monument? What do you think of this beautiful monument? I should probably put a date. Done! Okay. There you go. Now it's proper. On the 22nd of July, 2025, VShojo's downfall. And here's the monument. Da-da-da-da. 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 My best wishes to those who were affected by this.